I'm gonna follow up from my first cousin from Louisiana. So thank y'all for being here today. I appreciate it. This is very important. But 30 years is a long time. Think of what has changed in 30 years, particularly when you talk about telecommunications and think about and don't get me wrong, the Telecommunications Act of 1996, we all agree it was great. It unleashed competition and innovation, but it was different then. And we need to make sure that we are dealing with these times. I'm going to jump to something that's very important to me. Mr. Pickering, I've got a bill. It's the Undersea Cables Protection Act of 2025, and your group just recently endorsed that. Thank you for doing that. 95% of international internet transmissions are vital, not only to the international e-commerce, but also to our national security. 95% of the internet transactions, financial, whatever, are carried through undersea cables, and that's what this bill addresses. So thank you for that. If this bill were signed into law, how would it impact our capacity for laying more cable for e-commerce and also bolster our national security?
Well, the faster that we can build the subsea cables, we build the redundancy, the reliability, the resilience of really the ocean arteries of communications and commerce that are critical. And with AI, the demand on our undersea pipes, so to speak, that deliver all of the now AI applications and data and uses are going to exponentially increase. So we need more subsea cables and landings. And wherever they land, it's like a new port city in the old world where all the commerce and all the energy and all the data centers and everything locates in a way to then build the new economy.
Right.
So it's critical to the economy, critical to national security, and to be able to build as fast as possible is critical to beat China in the race toward AI.
Well, good. Well, thank you again for your endorsement of that bill. I'm very proud of it, and I want to see it. It's passed the House. I want to see it pass the Senate and signed into law. It needs to be.
It's essential, and we commend your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to talk about permitting real quick. I tell people all the time, I don't care what sector of our economy you're talking about, whether you're talking about telecommunications, with health, energy. When people come into my offices, when companies come into my office, it's always the same thing: permitting, regulations, crushing us. We got to do something about it. We're trying to address this, and I want to ask you, Mr. O'Reilly, how do we ensure that current permitting practices don't undermine U.S. competitiveness, especially in AI?
Well, look, I think you've been a leader on this issue and have had legislation in this committee to simplify the permitting process and to expedite the process, and I think that's absolutely essential. When we talk about a lot of conversation and permitting has been about energy and the energy sector, and that's great. I'm not dismissing it, but there's rarely been a conversation of how do we take the telecom pieces and add them to that, because that should be part of the conversation. You have to move forward. If you want AI, if you want all the new technologies where communications technology is going, we have to deal with the permitting issue, and it's the cost, it's the slowdown, it's the approval, the layers of approval, and no disrespect to local governments, it's just slowing down the process and has been for 30 plus years.
Are there any steps that you think the FCC should be taking that perhaps they're not taking?
There are things that they could be helpful on. You would want to give them authority. I think that's what your legislation, other legislation, this committee had a number of legislative efforts that would improve. There are things that I think that are vital the committee didn't delve into. We have to do something more on polls. We have to expand the reach of the FCC rules on polls. It's got too many exemptions in the current statute, and they've got to be addressed.
And what you're speaking of, my legislation, the American Broadband Deployment Act of 2025, this is very important because it's a combination of many of the member priorities of this committee and this subcommittee in particular that'll help to speed up deployment and reduce barriers and actually put shot clocks, as we like to refer to it as. And we're not trying to force municipalities. I was a mayor in another life, and I never liked the federal government or the state government telling me what I should be doing. But at the same time, some of these local municipalities especially are slowing things down, and there are barriers. So this is what we're trying to address here. Is there anything in particular that you think we really need to concentrate on besides what we're doing in there?
I would pass your legislation. I would say many of those pieces are wonderful. They do codify current practices at the FCC in some instances, so you're already getting some of the benefit. But if I were to add one thing that's not included, you have to deal with polls.
Okay, good enough. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back. Thank y'all.
Thank you.